I thought that it was very important that my colleagues and I have the opportunity not only to discuss what is happening right now in Montgomery County, but to get a better understanding of the recent history. What are the circumstances that cause these young people who are now in Montgomery County to flee? Why did they feel that they were threatened? And to put the experience in context, what have they been through both in their country of origin as well as what are they experiencing here?
Within Central America and El Salvador in particular, there is a context of political polarization, which make it difficult for the FMLN and the Arena Party, the two dominant political forces, to come together over a national public policy solution. There has also been chronic low growth throughout Central America, also El Salvador, since the end of the civil wars, something like 1% to 2% per year. There are very low levels of domestic investment or foreign investment, in large part because of the conditions of insecurity, and therefore a lack of job creation to provide alternative livelihoods for young people. A total of 6,657 people were murdered in El Salvador last year, and to put that in context, that is a 70% increase over the figure for 2014. El Salvador has, if not the highest murder rate in the world, one of the highest outside of situations of direct conflict, such as Syria. The rate is 104 per 100,000. That is 20 times the rate in the United States and over 5 times that of Mexico, where we hear a lot in the news about the problem of drug cartel-fueled violence. In terms of the relationship between gang activity and recruitment in Montgomery County schools, I would say that the best approach is to identify students who are most at risk, who are failing academically, who have difficulties at home either because of domestic abuse or an absence of adult supervision, and really target the prevention programs to those people. It's obvious, I think, across the board that early intervention is less costly and more effective than the kinds of things that would happen further down the line.
It's unavoidable that in this conversation we have to point out the abysmal failure of the federal government to address the shortcomings in immigration law. And as I speak with, as I have been recently, some of these young people who are in this category, we want all of our young people, regardless of country of origin, to have confidence that they have a bright future. If you believe you have a future, then you're motivated to do well in school. Then you can see down the road. You don't feel like life is short and cheap. But unfortunately, under the current immigration law, some of these young people don't see a future for themselves. They could be great resources. They have much to contribute, especially with the superb education that they're getting in Montgomery County Public Schools. Also very, very striking, we had a conversation last week in the HHS committee to educate ourselves about residents who have succeeded in getting refugee or asylee status. It is a scandal that we are admitting refugees and asylees in some reasonable numbers from Africa, Asia, and the Middle East, and that these children who absolutely have a well-justified fear of persecution or death are not getting refugee or asylee status in the same numbers and in the same quantities. So although it's not our job to make immigration law, the effects of immigration law are felt in our communities and among these young people. So, so we're getting up to speed on these issues. We're trying to understand better the conditions in which from which these young people fled and in which these young people live today.